coming up to teach, kind of the material goes out the window, and I'm quite thankful in a way. And the more spiritual guidance come in, and just my job as a healer comes in. So I think it's not, well, it is all part of holographic breathing. When holographic breathing came through, I could no longer do cranial sacral sessions, because as soon as I put my hands on people, this holographic breathing energy would happen, and the different energies behind that would come through. And I think it's the same in these webinars. There is the material. Now, it's not superfluous, but there's a whole different level of kind of spiritual energy that comes in and does healing, and I think moves people forward. So I'm always very thankful that my job is a bit more than just saying, well, it's this point and this organ and this and that this a whole other side comes in to happen. You know, I just started saying, oh, good, I'm going to be doing my job again, because you feel the weight of the karma in a way, and you feel the spiritual energy coming in to heal that karma or work with that karma, and I can work as a vessel for that, which is I feel quite honoured to be able to do that, to be honest. And in a way, I know, you know, healers often don't get paid very much, but it's a bit like working for God. It's a pretty good job working for God. He doesn't pay directly; everyone else pays. But he comes in and kind of does it for me. And I remember once I had a Ayurvedic acupuncturist who was always very wise, and he said, there's a saying in Thailand, somewhere, not Thailand, Sri Lanka, be a king, and if you can't be a king, be a healer. For women, that would be a queen, and if you can't be a queen, be a healer. So it's always nice that that presence is there, but there is a huge amount of information to this, but underneath it there is just the job of being a healer and speaking what's got to be said and working on an energetic level. So, you know, we've done this before, but the job goes on and it's different every time, and everybody brings new things to it every time to be healed in new ways. People are progressing all of the time. New things come up, people work in different ways each time. And it is really nice to see people progressing in their spiritual journeys with this. I feel truly blessed that they picked me. Because, I mean, there's plenty of really, really good healers. And when they did pick me, I was nearly dead. And I think, how can I pass that out before I die? And I guess I won't. there will be stuff that just isn't said, or is part of it but isn't said. But maybe, like I know with my healer, I often feel him from the other side, and the energies that he was dealing with, or a whole confluence of energies coming through. So maybe when I pass over, people will just be able to tap into that whole confluence of energies, or their energies. So I'm quite keen now to teach the therapist training and kind of pass that baton over in a way, and know that even if people don't teach it in the same way as I'm teaching it, and the material may not be the same or may not be put over in the same way, people will be working their inner healer and working however they want to work with their spiritual guides, and holographic breathing just becomes a format where people can do healing. Like cranial sacral therapy, it's a kind of a formula. But once you've learned that, you kind of just jump off the diving board and you kind of doing it in your own way. Or astrology, it's a map, but it's used as a diving board to jump into your job as a healer and work with people in that way. So I think holographic breathing will be the same. And what is always nice for me in these webinars, I think when people are practicing holographic breathing, they're just really more the physical breathing motion of the body. I'm not sure that many people, outside of the advanced classes, go beyond that. Well, I know they don't, because I haven't really taught it about the organs. So it's really nice that people come to this and start learning how the organs are working, how the energies of the organs work, how they integrate together, how they connect to the brain, how they connect to the higher self. And I can't say that I fully understand that, but every time I teach it, it just seems to come through in a new manner, and a whole new wave is received. And when I'm teaching individually, it's not the breathing motion that comes to the surface. I just see the karma in the organs and the energy moving through all of these patterns of the organs, describing their energies and past lives and things like that. So it becomes a wonderful way of healing in the end. And in these webinars, especially if you do the whole series, we do all of the organs each time, but we kind of work mainly with one organ, or in this case it's male and female, so it's 4 organs: it's ovaries, testes, uterus and prostate. But we bring their energies to the surface, we feel the psychology behind them, we feel the energies of them, we feel the karma of them, feel how they relate through the brain, how they connect to the higher self. And because we spend quite a long time with it, it imprints. People get an imprint of that energy, and even if they don't psychologically understand it or intellectually understand it, somewhere inside that experience has imprinted. So when they come across that energy again, they understand it. And maybe they meet somebody who's resonating from the ovaries or testes, or a situation in their life, oh, this is that fire energy, and able to work with that situation as a healing thing. So, you know, a lot is possible. It is new, and I think that always adds possibilities to it. At least it seems new to Earth anyway. So there's all of that, but basically, thank you for coming along.